Something that was rumored for months, and now that it's here, I am so excited to announce, ladies and gentlemen, that WWE SummerSlam is coming to you live August 3rd, 2024, from the Cleveland Brown Stadium, from the Dog Pound, not to mention the Friday Night SmackDown before August 2nd will take place in Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Not to mention, before even all of that, there's going to be activities. I imagine where the Republican National Convention was set up in 2016. They're going to have a convention, a smaller convention, similar to the one that they're going to do at WrestleMania this year in Philly. I would suspect Undertaker's One Man Dead show will be coming back to Cleveland, which I went to that when it was here in November. It was absolutely incredible. It's going to be so good for the city of Cleveland, the whole wrestling world, and the spotlight will be on Cleveland, Ohio. And SummerSlam is back in the city of CLA for the first time in 28 years.
I'm very, very excited about this, but this is where my anxiety and nerves take over because I would absolutely love to go. But because it's an outdoor stadium, I know WWE is going to go way over the top with the usage of the pyrotechnics and all that. And
I'm actually going to push back on that. If you notice, when they go to the outdoor stadiums, they rarely use pyro at all.
I feel like they did use a good amount of pyro at SummerSlam last.
Well, that was because it was indoors in Ford Field.
Oh, right. I meant 2 years ago in Tennessee.
They used hardly any, from what I heard. Maybe at the end of the show for Roman's entrance, and obviously Cody will get some. But with the stage setup as well, there is sort of a less restriction that you can do because the pyro has to go above the stadium. It's more smoke than pyro.
Either way, like, that's why I want to be as excited about it as you are, but that's why I have a little bit of apprehension. It's just a personal thing, but overall, I love that WWE is bringing a major event to Cleveland. I wish we could host WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to happen, though. So, I'll take SummerSlam.
This is my wild take. We know that the Haslams have reportedly bought property in Brook Park to make, which is a suburb in Ohio, to make some sort of stadium. It sounds like it's going to have a retractable roof out of it for a new Brown Stadium. I think the city of Cleveland is using SummerSlam as a test to see how the city as a whole does at holding this amount of people, because we know there's people that are going to be from all over 50 states, et cetera, traveling to Cleveland for this event. I think that the city is going to use this to measure how a city will do if you bring, 70,000 people from out of town to a Final Four at a bigger stadium, to a WrestleMania, to a Super Bowl. I think that this will be the catalyst of what could be big events potentially coming to the city of Cleveland.
If it ends up going that way, I love it. Let me just push back a little bit on what you said about the Haslams in Brook Park. I think the Haslams are using that more as a chip, negotiating.
A bargaining chip.
Yes, a bargaining chip. Thank you. To get a new stadium where the current one is.
I mean, they very well could. I'm not denying that. I'm saying there's a lot of speculation out there. That's where the new stadium could be.
Which I would not be opposed to that. I know a lot of fans would be because it's not downtown.
No, it's basically like, so I know this because my brother drove to Buffalo one time. He said it basically be like where the Buffalo Bills Stadium is, which basically in a suburb, like where I live out here on the west side of Cleveland.
Right. But I love, let's get back to the main thing, which is SummerSlam is coming to Cleveland. I was at the last premium live event that was here in Cleveland, which was Fastlane in 2019, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So the fact that Cleveland is getting another one, I love it. It shows that Cleveland is a wrestling town. So, hey, Tony Khan, can you please bring a AEW pay-per-view to Cleveland? I'd love that. Please.
As we depart today's show, do you want to know the last premium live event / pay-per-view I was at for WWE?
Yes.
Unforgiven 2008.
Wow. By the way, CEO, Mercedes Moné is all elite, baby.
And will she still be the CEO in 2 months, I propose, or will she be sitting in catering like most of Tony Khan's signings do? Have a big debut and then never be seen again.
That's not going to happen with Mercedes Moné. But again, we can dive more into that next week.
Tony, you want to come on Championship Rings? Take this call. I have a lot of questions for you.
By the way, it is official. Stand and Deliver. Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams. I can't wait for that match.